but you forgave for yourself.
Yeah. Well, I've written this play about adult survivors of child.
Oprah Winfrey just dropped a truth bomb. And it's a kind of revelation that makes you sit up, blink twice, and question everything you thought you knew. According to sources deep inside her inner circle, the connection between Meghan Markle and her one-time savior, Tyler Perry, wasn't just a fairy tale of Hollywood generosity. It was a transaction, a deal.
On one of the filmmaker's shows, actor Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
And now, with that deal apparently broken, the silence from Oprah and the thinly veiled warnings from Perry are signaling more than just a falling out. They're signaling the collapse of the entire Sussex Empire. This isn't just celebrity gossip. This is about the two most powerful figures in American media quietly stepping away from the couple they once championed. When Meghan and Harry fled the UK in 2020, they were royalty in exile, homeless, stateless, and hunted by the press. They needed a fortress, a place to hide from the world while they plotted their next move.
No, you were here first. You can have it.
Yeah, dude. Look at this, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they're massive.
That's right outside the window.
Out of nowhere, Tyler Perry, the self-made billionaire mogul, swooped in like a guardian angel. He didn't just offer them a guest room. He handed them the keys to his entire $18 million fully staffed Beverly Hills estate. He gave them his private jet. He provided his own 24/7 security detail. He gave them a sanctuary when the entire world, including their own family, had seemingly shut the door. He did all this, he said at the time, without ever having met them in person. It was an act of stunning generosity that cemented their image as victims deserving of protection. Or so we thought.
They're trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for them.
Because according to Oprah, who knows Perry better than anyone, this wasn't just kindness. It was a strategic alliance. Perry, who has long wanted to be seen as a global power player beyond Hollywood, saw an opportunity. In Meghan and Harry, he saw the hottest, most talked about brand on the planet. Aligning with them wasn't just charity. It was an investment in his own legacy, a way to attach his name to a story of global significance. But every investment expects a return. And that's where this story gets murky. To understand the betrayal, you have to understand the players. Meghan Markle isn't just an actress. She's a master of narrative. From her early days blogging on the TIG to her carefully worded statements on activism, she has always understood the power of a good story, especially her own. She is ambitious, intelligent, and knows how to leverage relationships to build her brand. Tyler Perry's brand is built on something different: loyalty, faith, and the integrity of a self-made man who never forgot where he came from. His public persona is that of a benevolent patriarch, a man who lifts others up. Oprah's entire empire is built on a single sacred currency: trust. She is the high priestess of authenticity. When she puts her name on something, she is vouching for its truth. Her endorsement is the gold standard. For a time, this alliance seemed perfect. Meghan and Harry had the royal stardust, the global intrigue. Tyler and Oprah had the institutional power and credibility in America. Together, they were untouchable. So what did Meghan offer in return for Perry's fortress and Oprah's platform? According to these same sources, it was more than just a thank you note. She offered access. Access to the Sussex brand, yes, but more importantly, access to the narrative itself. This meant private footage for future projects, unreleased anecdotes for tell-all interviews, an entire universe of career-making, legacy-defining content. At one point, sources say Perry was even pitched as a silent executive producer on their upcoming projects. He wasn't just their landlord, he was positioned to be their creative partner. He was family, so much so that he was named as Lilibet's godfather. And then, one day, he was gone. Fast forward to today, and Tyler Perry is nowhere to be found in Meghan's public orbit. His name has vanished from her carefully curated world. Those glowing photos and Netflix snippets featuring his mansion have been quietly scrubbed from their social media feeds and documentaries. One minute he was the godsend who saved them. The next, he's been ghosted harder than an unpaid intern. The silence was deafening. And then came the BET Awards. Perry stood on stage and, with a calm, measured tone, he dropped a line that sent shockwaves through the industry. "You can't build a palace on unpaid bills," he said. The audience gasped. It didn't sound like a metaphor, it sounded like a message, a warning. Insiders immediately whispered it was directed squarely at Meghan and Harry. The implication was clear: a debt had not been paid. Whether that debt was financial, emotional, or reputational, the message was sent. And now, with Oprah also backing away, that whisper has become a scream. She hasn't just gone quiet, she's created a void. The woman who gave Meghan the platform to tell her truth to 17 million people now acts as if she's never met her. In the world of media, that's not a coincidence. That's a signal, a very, very bad one.
You have to understand, Oprah doesn't distance herself from a story lightly. That 2021 interview was a legacy moment for her. She put her reputation on the line. She trusted Meghan's story. And in doing so, she asked the world to trust it too. But when the follow-through gets muddy, when facts start shifting, and when gratitude is nowhere to be found, even Oprah draws a line.
What reportedly bothered her wasn't the palace drama. It was a pattern of behavior she started to recognize. According to sources in her circle, Meghan has a habit of leaning on powerful people for a launch pad, only to step away once she's in orbit. Think about it. Serena Williams, Jessica Mulroney, now Tyler Perry and Oprah. One minute they are central to her narrative, her chosen family. The next they are ghosts in her timeline, their contributions erased. For Tyler Perry, this wasn't just about hurt feelings. It was about business and integrity. His brand is built on loyalty. When he offered his home, he was offering his name, his protection. For that to be met with silence and allegedly unpaid expenses for staff and security is more than just cold. It's a reputational liability. And what makes this all the more intense? The alleged financial trail. According to multiple insiders, there were quiet discussions behind the scenes about the Sussexes covering the substantial security costs and compensating the household staff that Perry provided. It was a multi-million-dollar operation. But according to these sources, the check never came. Perry's people reportedly reached out twice, cordially and discreetly. The response was crickets. Oprah allegedly found out through mutual contacts that Perry was feeling blindsided and deeply betrayed. That's when she started pulling back too. No more public support, no more subtle endorsements, and definitely no more exclusive access. Not a whisper about Meghan or Harry has passed Oprah's lips in public since mid-2022. The two titans who gave the Sussexes their American launchpad have quietly but firmly closed the door. This couldn't have come at a worse time. The Sussex Empire is starting to show serious cracks. Their Spotify deal was canceled in a blaze of humiliating headlines. Their Netflix partnership is reportedly in limbo, with executives growing tired of the constant drama and lack of new content. Meghan's podcast comeback remains a whisper in a hurricane. Her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, has been plagued by production delays and public mockery. Oprah, the media titan that she is, knows exactly how this kind of instability plays out. She's seen it 1,000 times. When a ship starts taking on water, she doesn't jump overboard. She just stops sending lifeboats. And yet, the connection between Meghan and Tyler Perry was once the stuff of headlines. Tyler Perry, godfather to a royal. Tyler saves the Sussexes. But now try Googling their names together. The most recent stories are all about what went wrong. The narrative has completely flipped. There's even speculation that Perry's infamous line at the BET Awards was more than a personal dig. It was a prelude, a warning shot. Word in industry circles is that Perry has been offered sit-downs, exclusives, even book deals to spill what he really knows about his time sheltering the Sussexes. And given the legal gray area around their NDA agreements, especially if Meghan has effectively disowned him in public by scrubbing all mentions, he might just be in the clear to talk. He hasn't yet, but the threat hangs in the air like a storm cloud over Montecito. And here's the final devastating twist. It didn't have to be this way. A simple thank you, a public show of loyalty, even a quiet behind-the-scenes apology could have patched things up. But Meghan, in what seems to be her signature PR style, chose strategic silence. And in Hollywood, silence isn't golden. It's fatal. It's seen as arrogance. It's seen as a confession. The Hollywood circle is a small, insular world. Reputations are built on relationships and reciprocity. You can't use someone's home as a sanctuary, leverage their name for credibility, and then simply walk away without a trace of appreciation. The town doesn't forget. Amid this breakdown, Meghan's own brand began to crumble. Where there was once optimism, there's now detachment. The partnerships that once glowed have cooled. Brand insiders are referring to her public momentum as stalled. Even more telling, behind the glossy Instagram launches, the Archwell Foundation quietly started hitting roadblocks. Watchdog groups began asking where the money was really going. Public filings were scrutinized. Key staff started to leave. The image of an organized, purpose-driven legacy project began to crack. Inside her team, the tremors have reportedly started. Multiple sources describe a state of chaos. There's no clear strategy, just constantly shifting narratives. One insider said it feels like she's lost her voice, uncertain whether her next move should be empowerment, apology, or activism. That inconsistency leads to executives calling her difficult to work with, not because she's powerful, but because she lacks a clear direction. When the big names walk away, everyone else at the table starts to look at you differently. The trust erodes. And in Hollywood, once that trust is gone, doors don't just close, they lock. So where does this leave them? Tyler feels used, Oprah feels unsettled, and Hollywood is deeply skeptical. The perfect blend of royal intrigue and Hollywood potential that Meghan rode in on is now defined by silence, missing credits, and burned bridges. There is an exit ramp from this narrative meltdown, but it requires something that seems to be in short supply: genuine humility. Imagine a simple 1-minute video. Meghan in a quiet room speaking from the heart. Tyler, Oprah, thank you. You stepped up for us when we were at our lowest. I've learned that trust is a gift, and I'm grateful for your belief in me. That's it. No new product launch, no photo shoot, just vulnerability. Could it undo months of damage? Maybe. At the very least, it would get people talking again, not with whispers of betrayal, but with whispers of reconciliation. Instead, right now, there's just drift. The industry memory of her is becoming, it was a big splash. It faded fast. It's the harshest kind of Hollywood fade out. The game now isn't about fame. Meghan has that. It's about trust. It's about whether anyone in this town, from the streaming giants to the old guard moguls, believes she can walk into a room and keep her word. Oprah believed in her once. Tyler Perry literally opened his gates for her, and now both of them are nowhere to be seen. And that silence echoes louder than any headline. What do you think? Can brand Sussex be saved, or is this the beginning of the end for their Hollywood dream?